Welcome to Beacon and thanks for choosing mine. Today I want to showcase the themes of Poison and Proliferate. I didn't really like Proliferate too much in the first two sets. I thought that it was really underutilized in the sets for being a keyword ability. And then this new Phyrexiology one set came out and it's probably one of the best mechanics because of how pushed it was. Now the flavor of the month is everyone's playing with Poison deck. So I wanted to join everybody. I wanted to include black minimally, but I don't know, I didn't really like many of the poison commanders to support the theme of putting on poison counters. The pre-constructed commander deck, it's a little weird because you want people to have counters, but when you meet the corruption mechanic, you get cards off of everyone else's library. So like in a meta where everyone's playing poison decks, that's great, but if you're playing with people who aren't, then you're not really advancing your own game plan, so it feels kind of weird. Cool thing about this deck is the gimmick. I try to get my creatures to have all of the keywords that put poison counters on people, so poisonous, death touch, infect, and toxic. Sometimes I'll hit someone with a little 2/2 and then all of a sudden they have 8 poison counters, or it just outright kills them. So that's the funny gimmick of the deck. Most often than not, I get 2 keyword abilities on a creature that puts on poison counters, and it always catches people up. And what I've been learning about this deck is it operates perfectly fine in a multiplayer like format, just because when the boards get a little gummed up and they're blowing up all my creatures, I have the proliferate cards that kind of close out the game, while I have an aggro strategy at the beginning where I just punish for really slow decks. This deck even shines in one-on-one, and sometimes I'll surprise people because it typically beats out other aggro decks because I don't have to do as much damage versus the other guy in a one-on-one game has to get away, hit me for 40 versus I only have to hit someone for 10. I kind of just stall out the other aggro decks too because Fynn's got such a huge toughness. 3 toughness against an aggro deck is pretty debilitating. They can't really, other aggro decks like Ragavan, I just kind of wreck them with this deck. The meta of EDH in general is its control. It's really lame. It's just, I have an engine in my command zone that draws me cards. Let's get into a game and see how it goes. I guess I'll welcome CDH. I want to give people the chance to interact with me. I'd say one-on-one CDH people already have a hard time dealing with me, and then one-on-one non-CDH, I just steamroll them. So this might be just like the better match, just to label it CDH. It does get notably weaker in multiplayer games, but like I said, I have plenty of tools to close out a game. Why I call this deck the cocktail waiter is everyone's heard the phrase pick your poison.
Life is your restaurant and I'm your melody.
I'll include a deck list in the description below. Feel free to check it out, see what you like, see what you don't like. Leave comments.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I don't get enough comments, so good or bad, I'd like to hear them. I had one brutal one. I had someone lay into me over my funny death video because I was a poor historian and I thought the rule changes with death touch and trample was fairly recent, but that was like over a decade ago. Didn't really make much sense, so I didn't really take it too personally. And then I made a video a while back about wanting to build someone's deck, or someone could name a commander and I'll build it and play it for y'all.
Let me take your order, jot it down.
At its strongest capacity, and I got someone to say something, but they didn't explain what they really wanted. They just said it's out of my budget. Didn't really explain if they wanted me to make a budget deck of theirs or make my deck a budget, so I guess I'm leaving it out on the table. Dang, no green sources. Wow. Went from bad to bad again. Okay. This guy might just win because I've been mulligan this many times. Well, guess they're shipping these because I can't play them. Sometimes your luck just be like that. We'll see if I can make a comeback with not such a great hand. I am against a Prosper deck. This is like the classic CDH matchup where it's just an engine from your command zone and you just play a bunch of control spells. I would shoot my commander out if I got that in my opener. This might be the perfect handicap for this guy. Normally I could clean these guys up before they could stabilize, but since I started with 2 less cards, the likelihood of me doing that's a lot lower. Oh man, I just keep expecting them to play something that kills what I have in play. Since I'm playing Concordant. The nice thing is I already got him up to 6. So like if he does kill my creatures or my commander, it's not much of a big deal because it will take this guy a long time to win this game. And the longer it goes, the more cards I see that could proliferate and win that way. Look at that. 5 cards. Double strike Fynn. Gets him up to 10.
Never give up. Never surrender.
That was a fast game. Let's do a best out of 3 with this guy. Give him a redemption chance. Let's see if this guy's willing to do a best of 3. Normally when people lose, they're just like, nah man, I don't want to play. I don't want to play this guy again. But he seems like a good sport. Most of the people playing CDH, they're pretty good sports about losing. There's a couple exceptions. If he wants to play his Prosper and he chooses to block with it, I'll offer that trade. The 9 card advantage is pretty important in one-on-one. But I have a feeling he'll just block with his Callan just to do it. It's no big deal. He doesn't lose much. Ooh. Now I have a Yavimaya Hollow. Now I can kind of really annoy this guy. Yeah, alright. That's not bad. Do I get anything for playing this guy? Yeah, we'll attack and see what he does. I'll probably be just following up with the bloated. I expect he'll just block with Callan and... Oh, really? Okay. Not gonna block. Wonder why he's so keen on holding on to this. Doesn't seem really relevant. Not relevant enough to keep, really. We'll see though. Maybe I'll die because of that. Let's just attack with Fynn and see what he does. If he doesn't block again, I'll just play Emerald and follow up with Evolution Sage. Start the proliferation clock. Right. We are just gonna regenerate him. Follow up with Emerald Medallion. It's not a bad turn. We're just gonna keep attacking him with my little commander here. I don't mind trading. And then we'll play Sage. I'll follow that up with Caverner Souls, and I'll actually name Scorpion so I can play this thing now. Be kind of funny. He's not blue, so I don't really care. Keep the pressure on, baby. Kind of happy he's got lands as I go along. Maybe he will run out of blockers to keep throwing in front of me. Oh god. Alright. Wow. That's pretty good against me. But this is what I mean by one-on-one, and what you have to deal with is decks that do this. You just sit there and get card advantage and try to prolong this game as long as they possibly can. This Demonic Tutor might get me killed. Normally people de-tutor for Necropotence. Probably the best thing they could get. Or a board wipe. Why not get a board wipe? They've made so many treasures, they just replay Prosper. I just assume whatever they get is gonna be pretty terrible. They could get Toxic Deluge and clean up my board pretty nicely and maintain Prosper at least. That'd be pretty rough. Okay, more treasures. Sure, why not? Ooh, okay. That's fun. No, I don't have enough mana to cast it and equip it. That's a bummer. Oh well. Do I have enough to cast Tyrannix Rex? No, I don't. Not yet. Darn. Yeah, I like to choose one. Okay, we're gonna go to combat and see how he blocks. Most of these creatures are important to him, so I'd be... Oh, he's just taking it. Alright. That's what I like to see, man. Load it up. Now, do I advance my board with Beast Whisperer, or do I advance it with Grafted? I guess we're so close to the end of the game, maybe Grafted is better. Yeah, we'll just do that. Kind of force him in a blocking scenario, because now he's going to be at 8 poison counters. Alright, you have access to all the cards. I don't know, my commander's done his damage. Yeah, it's a safe bet. Kill the thing that I don't need to connect with you with. Doesn't want to go to combat. I like it. Oh, there you go. Commander's Plate. Huh. I'm kind of nervous. Yeah, I guess Commander's Plate's more for sure. Let's just see how he responds to that. I won't have enough to regenerate, so either he has removal or he doesn't. If he had removal, he would have dealt with me a long time ago, I guess. Yeah, I figured. Alright. Going to combat.
It's nothing.
Well, I hope you guys like the gameplay. And like I said, I think if you're going to go for the poison strategy, now is the best time to be building decks for it. I've looked into all of them, and they kind of all fell for that same pitfall that I described with that precon deck, is they don't really advance your own game plan that much. The other commander I was pseudo interested in was the Yawgmoth, but it just wouldn't have been as consistent as it is playing Fynn, because I get to start putting on the counters from my command zone, and he's dirt cheap. Whereas Yawgmoth, I need to find a way to get a poison counter on someone, and granted there are a bunch of ways in black to do it. I just have to draw in, or a tutor for them, which is also nice that black does. Nice thing that black does, but like, it's significantly slower. In a multiplayer game, when I'm playing Fynn, I could at least hit someone once each and go with the proliferate plan to the end of the game. And that's why I like this deck probably, or one of the best ways to play poison right now. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.